Good day, everyone. This is Kat, and welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be looking over the developer blog of the PC update 0.10.80. And this is a pretty nice update. I've read through the patch notes so far, and there are some really cool things. So let's dive straight into it. First up, we got the new PvP map, of course. I'm gonna have to mute the sound because otherwise I might just get demonetized for whatever. So the chemical plant PvP map is a centralized single point map, and I'm not quite sure whether that is just water or acid. I will assume it's just water because otherwise it will be almost impossible to ride over there in that capture point. And of course, we do have this pretty cool animation going on here between some Leviathans basically and some custom design trucks for just this intro scene to simulate how it would look like when you're actually fighting here. And it is quite difficult to actually see the map layout, so I'll actually do a separate video on this map where I actually check it in game. And here you can see like how things fall off. And that's a actually 3 points of capture. Yeah, actually, I don't really get this. Okay, here's the second point. Again, some trains. We have seen that before. Looks wow, it's actually a really large map by the looks of it. And yeah, again, we're just gonna take a look into it in the actual game sometimes soon. And screw you, Java. I don't need you. Just be gone. There's a lot of space seems. Yes, thank you, Crossout. It looks like a pretty much like an increased size variant of power plant, and yeah, it's gonna be a lot of interesting little points to discover on this one. That's it. We're gonna go on to the next one, which is gonna be the new packs. And I'm just gonna mute it. And this is gonna be the Elite pack, which is basically the lock spec from the past Horseman of Apocalypse. And we get this flamethrower based pack. And this is actually just like for playstyle purposes, one of the most unusual packs I've seen so far, because of course flamethrowers this far, like now not anymore, we're only at legendary and relic rarities, and the legendary one of course did not have a turret, which made its use really limited, and with that, very unlikely to see them in battle. But these epic ones seem to be similar to Spitfires and or Defenders, in that they do have some turning circle, but not fully rotational. And the green fire here is going to be something to do with the cabin, which of course, since like any new pack, there's a new cabin once again. So let's get into it. So the weapons here are called Remedy. You get two of them. They both consume 4 points of energy, just like all other flamethrowers. They have 200 pieces of ammunition, which is pretty nice. Durability is decent, 420. Mass 300, fine. But his perk heats parts when hit. Receives the armor some more damage depending on heat. Well, that's basically the standard flamethrower perk. And sometimes I wish they would stop just like giving all the flamethrowers the flame perk and giving all the like the hurricane and the pyro the same perk. Like, come up with something unique, please. And nerf the gun to make up for the extra power from the potential like perk. But oh well. Let's go on to the new cabin, which is called Blight. It's a lightweight cabin, so we only have a very small maximum weight of only 8.3 thousand kilograms and a tonnage of 4.1 thousand. Maximum speed is 100 as any epic lightweight cabin. 1800 power score, just like any other, again, light epic cabins. It once again produces 12 energy as always. Durability is 300, is decent. Weight 700, also decent. And its perk is where this actually gets really interesting. It charges when a vehicle moves, and then you can activate it to increase fire damage by 50%, the range of flamethrowers by 50%, the size of the pot of the fire by 30%, and change the color of the fire to green for 10 seconds. However, if I understand the perk correctly, The range is increased, but not the velocity of the flames. And I don't know whether you guys know, but flamethrowers have one of the lowest velocities of projectiles in game because it's actually a projectile-based weapon. And because of the low velocity, it is actually really hard to hit people at distance because generally they just like dodge your flames. That's that the 50% damage increase for 10 seconds, or like increase the puddles of fire from mandrakes, or the catapult, the incinerator, is very very interesting as well. And of course, the unique portrait of Marina Pokrovskaya. I hope I did not butcher that name, but aka Pestilence is gonna be the unique portrait on that one. It got for those in-game coins. Of course, this is the deluxe pack, and you, in additional to this, you get the unique background logo of Horsemen's, circuit parts of the Pestilence, special customization kits for the flamethrower, which is called Black Death, which is apparently these skull faces. Well, the Black Death's mask, of course. And then you also get CKs for the landing gear, which you can see here in the front, which are actually really, really nice looking CKs. Basically like 90s era racing cars, 80s maybe. Really, really cool. And that's it. We also get a unique decor, ague, left and right. I assume those will be these exhausts on the side. Not quite sure. Of course, it might be a part of the cabin, but I'm pretty sure those are the agues. Then we've got some unique stoplights, fever. Do we get to see the rear of this vehicle? I don't think we got to see it. Of course, they will be behind here, but we do not get to see those, so we'll have to check those in game later on. And we also got the set of unique stickers, paint cons, heat, and strain. And of course, as any other pack, the maximum number of parts is increased to 55 for a player that does not have that limit yet. This pack will only be available the 13th of October, 29:59 GMT, so basically until the very early morning of the 14th. And it's just like, well, a deluxe version of the normal Pestilence pack. And here you can see the normal one. You can see how different the flamethrower looks. How way more bland the model looks as well, because of course you're going to get one paint. In this case, you get two paints. And just like having the second paint and the extra um, stickers really like changes things up really quickly. And you can actually wait for the wheels landing gear, it says here, but the wheels in front of here are not landing gear wheels. So I'm not quite sure what this is all about and why all these random models is. So here you get to see you get the landing gear wheels, but it looks like here you get the chain wheels. So that's weird. That's it. Again, you get the Remedy twice, Blight, Trickler. You get the Pestilence one. And yeah, actually, the Trickler decors are the small pipes right here, and that's actually confirmed. So his large pipes are in the deluxe pack. But it also seems like the Tricklers, are they in the deluxe pack? But I guess this one seems to be different from the deluxe pack, and this is kind of semi live reaction here. But that's definitely a weird difference. Like one gets decor number A, the other gets decor number B, and of course the difference in wheels. So we got some bunch of pestilence parts, which are these bottom area right here. We got these side parts right here, and of course the fenders. And I'm not quite sure if there are any more parts, but we're going to check that in a second. Exhibition, however, we're going to go move on to the next topic, did get quite a few changes. The new tab Class of Engineers has been added to the exhibition, in which teamed competitions for the assembly of armored vehicles will be held. The first stage begins today, do not miss it. I will check out again in game. Of course, we promotional account users cannot upload to the exhibition, so I will assume we are also unable to join this build competition thing. And basically, you upload it, then you can vote for vehicles you like, or view the list of winners by a selecting windows. When voting, you can choose as many guys you like, and well, that means that pretty much nobody's gonna vote a lot. Because if you want to win, I don't know how that's gonna work out. Because the real competitive people, of course, are not gonna vote for anyone else because they want the votes for themselves. We're going to see how that actually works out. So, of course, um, do not upload your builds to the exhibition until the class engineers thing is over, because the class engineers cannot be saved to your blueprints. So you cannot have like other people seeing your build if it's really good. So that's definitely something interesting. Again, next topic. This picture is actually really interesting because you see the fire out of the front of this Corrida front nose, but it's hollowed out. And normally, of course, the front part of the Corrida nose cut is not hollowed out. So that's a little bit weird there. Might be just some picture editing. And experiment mission, they decided to make it a separate game mode. They did not implement it in the main game mode, which is of course the repair based mode. I sadly did not get to test it in the dev server last weekend because I was in fact in Germany. And I actually visited the Tank Fest, so I might actually upload some stuff from that. Well, Tank Fest, basically the German equivalent of it. Of course, during repair, you cannot control your vehicle, your melee weapons, everything are not activated as well. Stealth disabled. Uh, One thing that saddens me, the contact to docking modules is also disconnected. But I guess that's to prevent like two cars that are both capable of driving and have one repair continuously while the other one tows it. But at the same time, it does hurt more dedicated um, fusions. So yeah, that's one thing. And here you guys read all the procedures. I'm not gonna read it all out loud because it's just gonna waste all your time. Just pause the video, read it through. And one thing to note out: all explosive parts will be repaired. However, they will not longer explode. Their explosive spears do no longer deal damage. The number of shells of your weapons are also not restored. Ammunition is not. Modules do no longer increase your weapon's ammunition because the ammunition has exploded. Generators do not longer provide energy, and fuel barrels do no longer provide fuel. So, in the experiment, destroyed enemies are also guaranteed to drop ammo packs that you can pick up for your ammo-based users. They did think about the fact that ammo-based users are in a downside because everyone is going to be harder to kill, because everyone is going to be able to repair and like restore the damage that has been done. Uh, you do get access to like a total of 6 different stickers, well, 2 of each, for participating in up to 20 battles. They want to like advertise the mode, try to get people to play it. All stickers are used only once, so not daily. Just try the mode for like 20 battles. That gives you a pretty rough idea whether you will like the mode better or worse than the existing mode, and then you can like decide to like drop it or just like keep playing it. Encounter. Neutral base is now divided into 5 segments, and to win you need to capture 3 of the 5 segments. And that said, you will no longer lose progress for leaving your cap, which is really, really nice. I often have like 80% cap, but then get pushed out of the circle and then the enemy resets it, and this way you still have like 66% of the cap. I will assume that capping one of these segments is about equal as capping the normal base 1/3 of the way, like in the last patch. So we're gonna see how the this balance all works out, but it's definitely a nice change because encounter sometimes was a little bit of a pain in the ass to work with the capping. Because if you can lure people now off the cap, like you need to defend the cap once you got a hold of it, because otherwise if the other team has like 2 segments already, you might just like go in and sneak cap the third part. All right, let's go on to brawls. We got 2 new brawls. They are however not included in the new schedule. They are only available in custom battle. They're called Big Bet Burners and Boar Fight. Boar Fight is basically with boosters. You have the tusk cabin in front, and you try to ram people to death. And Big Bet Burners is of course hovers with flamethrowers, as shown in this picture. Also got a new racetrack based on the Wrath of Khan map. Again, it's only available in the custom battle mode. They really want to like playtest these a bit more. So if people like them, they will implement them in the normal client and normal rotation, which I absolutely adore. And I really hope they will bring back like old maps like Control 17, the old variant. Please just return it to custom battle only, just like these raids and brawls. That would be absolutely amazing. So if the devs are listening to this video, which I highly doubt, but that's that. That would be a really cool thing. Somebody just go post in the forums. I might actually do that myself if I have the time for it. That said, Custom Battle got another really neat thing called Shared Blueprint. You guys might remember me doing a little mini series for a little while where I had the AI just like all have my build. Well, we now all have a feature, but now not only AI can use the build, all participants will use the armored car of the creator of the lobby. Which means that if the lobby has an absolutely ridiculous build, or maybe a slam dunk, who knows, or whatever else ridiculous thing you can come up with, you can do it, and you can basically create your own big back scorpions or boar fight or big bat burners brawl by just going into free for all mode and forcing everybody to use the same car, which is something actually really cool, and I will definitely be playing around with that during live streams so that you guys can all like try out variants, very nice like clan builds, whatever else, like high rank vehicles. You guys gonna try it. So yeah, that's it. We're gonna go and to again the next part. This is actually a really long dev block. So Invasion, they did a bunch of changes here. Not gonna go over them in too much detail. Again, you can pause it and read it. Improve raiders' appearance for all the low difficulty raids. Well, for example, the lunatics all were like just white cars with light blue paint in the low difficulties, and they were absolutely really horrendous looking. And I haven't checked yet, but well, they improved the raiders' appearance, so let's hope they got a new lick of paint. And well, again, I will actually just like cover this update live. Probably like I might actually do a live stream this Saturday if I actually manage to find the time for it. And that's it. Again, we're gonna go on to structural parts. Fire starters, we get left catheter and right catheter, left plaster, right plaster, and bandage. And bandage is 2 pieces. And both parts are given out for 1 level of prestige on these 3. And we also get file and pill. So if we go just a second back to the pestilence pack, you can see 2 on these. So these on the bottom side, 2 on these on the top side, and then we got the fenders. Those are the 6 parts that are for again for mentions. We got left side, right side of those, left and right of those, and these are I assume symmetrical. And then we get 2 more parts from this pack, which is actually really nice. And I do have to like having the deluxe part, like introducing weapon CKs on vehicles is something that I do support for the packs. While they do put out packs at a pretty alarming rate nowadays, like in comparison, like non-paying players still haven't really received new parts much lately in the last few months, which is a bummer. But at the same time, I do understand because games do cost a lot of money to operate. But that's again just entire topic for another time. I'm not gonna go into it too much. Now, we're gonna go all the way back down again to the balance changes actually. So, these were structure parts, and we're now first off we got the power score changes, which are actually kind of minor. For example, the hardcore engine was like 135 or something, and now goes down to 115. While the harvester was like 1300, now goes to 1600. So like the difference is like 300, 400 power score. So like all the so-called seal clubbing builds right now will move up by like half a thousand power score, and all the normal builds that would be at the same power score will go down by 200, 300 power score. So it actually creates a gap of almost 1000 power score between the builds that are currently like seal clubbing and actually the ones that are using commons. So of course, you will have to do a lot of math how it all works out and how much it actually changes. But we'll see that soon enough. And let's hope it will actually fix some of the seal clubbing issues, which have plagued this game for such a long time that it actually caused a lot of people to quit. And well, it's really nice to notice they are currently listening to us better. Um, Simmons kind of sad that it's this late. So let's hope all the other things that we have been complaining about, such as the grind, will be eased over time as well. But we'll probably have to wait for that a long time. Okay, balance changes. The Typhoon got its damage reduced by 11%, which is, well, very much needed. We don't really have to explain that one. Harvester got yet another perk change. So, it's the 1% more damage to enemies. I think that like the way it's actually written is still the same as last time, but the amount of damage, actual damage, is less than it used to be. Now, Draco and Firebug, they really are pushing the new Flamethrower team. They're increasing the durability of these two by 16 and 15% respectively, which is pretty nice buff because it means they will actually be able to take a hit. Especially the Draco, if you hide it now, 360 health is nothing to sneeze at. And it will keep your gun on for quite a little while. Lastly, we got some minor changes. Change the physical parameters calculation system, all the movement parts. So, center of mass changes in some of your vehicles might occur. Hovers are also changed, so they cannot climb vertical surfaces as easily as before, which is one really nice thing. And the hot red got some new attachment points. There are a bunch of new interface options. One of the things is there's new low setting for card or pre-graphics option. And we now have a send blueprint button to the exhibition interface. The rest are all like pretty much minor. So we're just going to skip on that. We got some new music systems, 3 new music tracks for loading screens as well. Improve some reverb and balance, and a new sound effect for in-game notifications, so that ping now should be different. And lastly, updated sounds of firing, machine guns aspect, and M38 fidget. Got some miscellaneous. The Thunderbolt got a texture change, some new armored vehicles for raiders, and some environmental objects in the image tower have got their models improved on. So the map has not changed, just the models have been improved. It's just going to be a very minor, almost not noticeable thing. But now onto the bug fixes. This is just one that I just wanted to highlight. Fix the bug where landing after jumping from an elevated position could lead to a car getting stuck in the ground. We all know this bug, all hate the bug, and we're very happy that it's being squashed. Spawn points on some maps has been fixed. Positions, like whatever else. A lot of bug fixes here, you can see. But this one is just a big one that I just wanted to highlight. Normally we do not really look at the bug fixes, but in this case, you better guys do because this one is a really nice one. So of course, this was a minor small update right here. Some crashes, and in-game items being available for purchase, and fighters and bikes not disappearing from the map. These are 3 little fixes that I pushed only today. So yeah, that's it. That is gonna be the patch notes. And I will see you guys soon with actual live video on the actual game, testing out all the new stuff. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See you guys.